Alright guys, we are live here. Let me get um, the break link shared for this. Sorry, I apologize. Teal's on the right, over at camera in the bottom left hand corner. Like I said, I apologize for going live so late. Essentially, was coming over. I needed to get gas, diesel, so I can only go to like so many gas stations. Um, so when I went there to the one that's closest to my house, it only has like two diesel pumps. And I was like, all right, well, the one pump wasn't taking my card. It was like saying processing your card. And I sat there for like 3 or 4 minutes and then process. I thought maybe that inside, because it's nighttime, that the Shell station maybe had to like approve it. Because I mean, that's happened before too with a card at nighttime. But I don't know. The dude was over there like messing around on a computer, so he definitely would have seen it if he needed to approve it. So I had to go to a different gas station to fill up, and then when I got here, I was trying to vacuum the floor just because they had a pretty busy day finishing up all the sorting, and Rodney ripped a bunch of soccer on Loupe today, so there was just like chrome dust and whatever on the floor. I don't know how else to explain it. I've talked about chrome dust, quote unquote chrome dust, but the vacuum got clogged with a peanut and then started to spew dirt all over the ground. So I had to fix the vacuum cleaner. My hands were disgusting, and I had to like re-vacuum because there was a pile of like dust underneath where my feet would normally be. So I couldn't figure out what was wrong with the vacuum because it said it was clogged, but it was like, I don't know if anybody has a Dyson. I could show you. I could literally show you, but like when you take out the like I have one of the newer Dysons that was like for dogs. It's like maybe 2.5 years old, but because I have dogs in my house. So like I brought that one over and then just bought a new one for my house because they were on sale during Christmas time. So like it pops out and then there's like a little piece in there and the peanut was like crushed and smashed in there, but I couldn't tell. So I was like putting my eye down the pipe and stuff. I didn't see anything clogged up. So then I had to get my finger in there and like pretty much dig it out with a pen to fix it, and then I had to clean everything up. So it just took like an extra, like I don't even know, an extra hour overall, I guess. So I really apologize for running the thing so late. And then earlier today, I was just hadn't really seen the kids since the national, because even when I came home Sunday, they were already asleep. And then yesterday, I had to work late to make up some of the hours for being on Friday. So when I got home today, got home a little bit earlier, and yeah, I was just hanging out with the kids and then had to do some stuff around the house. Where is the stupid? It's not popping up on Facebook. There's people on Facebook, I'm hoping, because the link has not populated. There we go. It's not populated on my thing, so. Like a packing peanut, I was going to say. Nah, man, it's fine. I was going to say. If you notice, Rodney, I didn't say anything about the other thing we discussed whenever I got in. No, I'm just saying. Here's the link to Facebook. Like I said, I'm sorry for the late run. I'm sure most of you are going to end up rewatching this in the morning anyway and didn't have to watch it. But I apologize. Normally we don't run breaks this late. Museum collection is tomorrow. But yeah, I was going to say. Oh, what did Chris Art mention me in? Oh, it's in the baseball break that I'm really doing. I highly doubt that one, Chris. I was going to say I don't pull. Bowman, I was going to say 0 supers pulled. I don't think I pulled a super since I pulled that, it wasn't even a super either. It was a, black 101 Jefferson Hero. I don't think I pulled. I actually pulled his 101 black paper and his 101, or not black paper. I pulled his 101 chrome, regular chrome, and then I pulled his 101 autograph. One for Cullison and I. There's a guy that used to be in this group. If you've been in here long enough, his name was Paul Stoebner, and he's actually a South Dakota guy. but he, like, one day just messaged me and be like, I'm spending too much money on sports cards. I am out of here. And I was like, all right. And then he blocked me. I was like he didn't have any, like, outstanding balance or anything. We have 2 national packs. We obviously have the 2 Bowman Chrome HTA, Bowman 2024 HTA Choice, whatever you want to call it. They switched it to Choice, but everyone I say Choice, people are like, what the hell are you talking about? Jumbo from 2023, Jumbo from 2024. I'm going to set the national packs. We'll just leave them at the top. I'm going to start with a Bowman Chrome. I'm actually going to put the other one to the side. Since we have more than one box, we will take my man, Cowrick Jr. here, Project 2020. Give him a nice rub on the boxes and the national packs. I wasn't, like, my problem was is we were talking about a lot of, it'd be like, well, Mike, A, that's fucked up. Because I mean, I could see maybe if you had to block somebody like, I don't even know where else you get in breaks at, but for instance, I would understand if, like, there's some guys that break with, like, Doc or, like, some of the bigger guys. I understand if you had to block some of them because I'm sure their interactions with you are just like, hey, man, I got stuff up. Why don't you get in my breaks? Like, I feel like I don't ever really, I mean, probably one of the reasons why I'm not as successful as I can be on Loupe or, well, God forbid if I ever got on Whatnot, is I just can't tell people to be like, yo, like, I'm going broke. Make sure you spend your money with me. Like, it's just not how I do business. So I don't think I ever pressure anybody into getting in any breaks. I will say tomorrow, Museum Collection, we will start with a full case. I'm going to let you know right now the price is going to be high. I mean, hobby boxes of Museum Collection are like $425 retail. I'm pretty sure the break, when I price it out, is right at where like the retail price is without factoring anything else in. Yeah, I don't want to get into that dumb shit. We have Nolan Arenado, Volpe, Collier. We're going to have James Wood, Arias, Buxton. We're going to have Oswaldo Cabrera. We have Rainer Arias. Nice start here on the 21 out of 99 on the green. These are jumbo sleeves, which is part of what my problem was, which should be all over the place. That is a jumbo sleeve. I'm going to assume that these look like they are regular sleeves. And that is a regular sleeve. I am sure it'll move pretty quick. No, we can talk about it. I'm just saying, like, that's all that was on my feed was how dare they get a bunch of downtowns. My issue is not so many that they got so much of downtowns. Like, you can have hot boxes. My problem is they got so many downtowns and first off the line, which means, like, it was intentional by Panini to get people with first off the line boxes because they know that it's mostly breakers that can afford to buy it. That they loaded them in the first off the line boxes. I think that's fucking bullshit, especially because there's a bunch of numbered ones in there. We have Acevedo, Jet Williams, Vargas. We're going to have Bobby Witt Jr. We have Jadher Arenamo. Going to David and the Brewers. Like, so that's my issue. And there was 2 cases like that, which means they either intentionally knew they were going to pool wax and backyard breaks based on them being first off the line boxes, or they just knew that the people buying first off the line are like heavy spenders, so they wanted to incentivize people to get first off the line. We have Diaz, Valdez, Luis Robert, Ramirez, Lawler. We have Shim, who got traded away today. We have Gallen, Rizzo, Gabriel Moreno, Brady House, Churio, Espinoza, Betts, Nolan Jones, Riley Green, Rada, and Josh Jung. So I did get 3 more cases of Museum Collection. I have more Topps Chrome coming. I will let you know the Topps Chrome for Jumbo and Hobby they raised the price, obviously, in the dynamic pricing. It wasn't a terrible raise. The Breakers of Light went up a lot. Like, a lot. So, Breakers of Light, I'll run, like, Billy asked me to run a random case of it. I'll run a random case with a couple hobby boxes attached to it. And we'll see how it feels when it comes in. I think it's going to come in. We'll probably have to run it after the weekend. No, it's actually wave 4. Somehow I got skipped on wave 3. I don't want to get into it. I got skipped on wave 3. It is what it is. I'm not going to complain or bitch about it. I got completely skipped on wave 3. I didn't get any wave 2 options for jumbos. It just is what it is. So I skipped from wave 2 to wave 4, and I didn't even realize I got wave 2 because I thought the price was the same because it was so close that I didn't even realize it was different, and that was wave 2 and not just like an extra wave 1. We have Stanton, J-Rod, Blaze, Jordan, which was talks of him being in trade. 17 out of 75 for the Red Sox, which is going to go to Kevin. The Rios goes to the Giants because it's Chip Godwin, by the way. I didn't mention that earlier. We have Acuna, Arroyo, Harris II, Chisholm, Clark Elliott, which actually is a much better prospect than I thought he was going to be. Obviously, this is his first autograph, but not his first Bowman. Going to the Athletics, which is Billy. We have Cross, Bergala, Casas, Wander Franco, and Cepeda. So essentially, when you have an account, they offer you... They went to dynamic pricing. So the way they did it was essentially... They're trying to avoid shops having product that... The way they did this is in they're behind their... Idea behind the dynamic pricing in the waves is... pretty much we have Asturis, Cabo. Let me think about exactly how I want to say this and make sure I explain it right. With juniors, Azuki, Acuna, Delgado, Sanchez, Scherzer, Batty. We have Roman Anthony on the refractor. That's going to be a 156 out of 499. This dude is in fuego when it comes to the minors, hitting the ball really well. We're going to have Jason Dominguez, Blaze Jordan, Bush, Joyce, Machado, De Los Santos, and Blyes. I actually think the Pirates did really well getting De La Cruz as well as... who's the other guy they got? But either way, they got it pretty well. I mean, I thought they did pretty good in the trade deadline for pretty much what they had to give up. So what I will say is... What I was trying to get at... So while I open this up, for the way it works is... Topps and Fanatics was tired of hobby shops ordering a bunch of product, and like just because you have the means to buy it, they want to make sure that the people that are getting the product are actually opening it or actually selling it and not hoarding it, right? And waiting for the price to go up. So they didn't want shops like my shop used to do this. It's local. I mean, even the other shop that like everyone talks about being the best shop in the area. Dude, I have like a whole rainbow of his first Bowman. Now I can sell it because he's going to be fucking nasty for the Marlins. But, so the way it works is essentially they had wanted guys to stop hoarding product. So they made dynamic pricing so you get X amount to start, which is like what people would call the allocated price, or like the initial price, wave 1. And then before release, or maybe a couple days after release, depending on what the product is. Like for Chrome, there was a wave 2 before the release, just because it's such a big SKU. It has a lot of product. And that's pretty much like, all right, you got this much, so we're going to raise the price a little bit. How much more do you actually want? And then for like wave 3, when it comes to like Topps Chrome, it was after release. They seen the prices going up, so they're like, well, the price went up. We're still going to give you some profit margin, but not the same amount of profit margin. How much do you want? It's to make sure that guys aren't buying it and just sitting on product and trying to flip it. Or like grabbing let's say I asked for like 30 cases to begin with. I grab 30 cases and realize I can't pay the bill or move 30 cases in like, let's say move 30 cases in, let's say, like 2 weeks or whatever. So I start selling it to other shops, and then I'm getting all the money that Topps could be getting. So really, it's the shops in the industry doing it to themselves for waves, because rather than ordering enough product to suffice to their customer base, they would order extra and then just sell it to other stores and turn into like mini distributors. So they're trying to get rid of that process of like stores selling to other stores or whatever else. I don't know, Mike. It kind of would make sense too. Like, you own a car dealership. I would assume that if you own like a Chevy dealership, Chevy wouldn't want you to order a shit ton of like Traverses and then be like, all right, I can't sell this many Traverses, but I got them for like $15K, so I'm going to sell them to the next dealer for $18K. And I'm going to make $3,000 on every car whenever like Chevy could just sell that dealership the cars for $18K and make the extra $3 grand. Like um why should they do that? Like why is everyone piggybacking and just like slowly everybody makes a little bit of profit? Now I don't have a huge issue with that aspect because it made it a lot easier on DealerNet because dudes would fucking panic sell and you would get good deals. But in general, like I'm in a better position than some other people that are smaller breakers or whatever else having the break account to be able to get the product. Sometimes I would say maybe I have to pay more than I probably should. But in general, overall, I think it's a better strategy on how to do it. I think it does need to be fixed a little bit. We have Sal Frelick, Jackson Churio on the inserts. I think there is a few problems to it, but overall, I think it's a better way to do it. I just think it needs to be tweaked a little bit. We have Max Muncy, Henry Ramos, Burgos, Ramirez, this is Jay Strong. By the way, this is the 2023 Jumbo, for anybody wondering which box we're opening right now. Get some purple paper on a Nolan Gorman, 118 out of 250. He's been struggling a little bit this year. Like, I think the idea behind it is the proper idea. I just think it needs to be just worked out a little bit better. But they're still new with it. Also, I do have an official release date for the football, the composite. It will be the last day of the month, the 31st. We have Gabriel Gonzalez, Collier, Baez, Bastidas, Simone Juan, and Edgar Quiro. So that's always good to see, too. Corbin Carroll and De Los Santos. We have Loupe, Boyd, Drew Jones, Vaquero, Rada, Joshua Baez. And we're going to have our first autograph, and it's going to be the Atomic Tommy Specht. 29 out of 100. We have Marco Luciano, Mejia, Michael Arroyo, Mejia, Baez, Holiday, Churio, Valerio. I have Riley Green on the oh man, what are these called? Spotlights. Yeah, I mean, I understand. Like I said, I understand the process from a business aspect. I just think sometimes they get a little carried away with how high the dynamic pricing goes up. I almost think they need to Perosa, Almonte, Frias, James, Rodriguez, and Ramos. They almost need to set a certain price, and then they almost need to set like a ceiling, I think, for some stuff. We have Moreno. By the way, in 2023, those weren't case hits. They were about 1 or 2 per box. We got Jackson Holiday, just got called back up, 247 out of 250. Going to the O's on the purple paper. Let's say, I'm telling you right now, Rodney, if you're still in here, this man comes up and gets like 3 hits in the first 2 games. We're fucking cracking those slabs and selling some Jackson Holiday autos. Because his shit's going to go fuck. If he starts to hit when he comes right back up, his shit's going to go in fuego. We have Ramirez, Acuna, Avina, Hao-Yu Lee, Brock Jones, and Williams. I just can't wait if he does well for all the fights back and forth on Facebook about whether he's actually the real deal or not. We have Valera. Because he developed a shit ton of haters magically when he came up the first time. We got Sweeney, Azorio, Ballesteros, Puka Nakua, Caminero. I have Andrew Painter. I forgot Caminero's in this box. They pulled. We got Adley Rutschman on this spotlight. They pulled him out of the game, and from the reports I saw, he's coming back to Baltimore. So we have Blyes. I thought he was going to get traded. I didn't want to tell you guys in the chat because I don't want you guys to be, having a heart attack if they trade away Holiday for a sack of potatoes. We have Gutierrez, Montgomery, Gilbert. We got Ellie De La Cruz, Sal Frelick. Because I thought whenever they traded for, you guys saw in the chat, we have Puaka Greco, I think I called the other guy Puka Akua or whatever the dude, the wide receiver for the Rams. So they pulled Jackson Holiday out of the lineup, and they didn't announce him being injured. So I'm assuming that he is getting called back up to the majors because they didn't trade him. So you wouldn't pull a guy out of the lineup. But I didn't want to say anything because normally whenever they recall guys like that last second, it's because they're trading them. And I was like, who'd they trade for? Especially after that shitty trade for the Marlins pitcher, which I thought it was for Taylor Rogers of the Giants, the setup man at first. I was like, I didn't realize that guy played for the Marlins. I forgot that Trevor Rogers was still in Major League Baseball. Like, we have Shea Langeliers. When they said Rogers left-handed pitcher, I was like, I mean, it's an overpay for like what used to be an elite setup man, but I was like, they need bullpen help. It makes sense. We have Arias, Herrera, Roman Anthony, Kevin Parada, Jordan Lawler on the fusion. I was like, damn, man, the Giants are gonna ruin two guys' careers here. I was gonna say because Norby and Stowers wouldn't get to play over there either. 130 out of 199. I think Connor Norby ends up being a perennial all-star, though, if he gets to play. Because he didn't get to play for the Marlins. I think, what's his name, ends up being a 30 home run guy, too. We have Harry Ford. Stowers. I think Stowers will be more Joey Gallo than, like, a good... we have Soderstrom, Carlos Colmenares. But I think he'll be more a Joey Gallo-type home run guy. Bishop, where he doesn't have, like, a super high... batting average, but as a decent OBP. Yeah, Tanner Scott got traded to the Padres. We have Zavala, Ortega, Ruiz, Suzak, Mick Abel. We have the 35 out of 50. Jonathan Mejia on the gold atomic. Yeah, but they're all pretty dog shit. I mean, they got 4 prospects, and I know they were talking about Rob Snelling being a really good prospect, but I don't see it. I don't see Rob Snelling being an elite left-handed pitcher long term, but the Padres are, man, they went like all in again. I know they've been pretty decent, but by the way, Mejia going to the Cardinals and John Roman. We have Encarnacion, Rodriguez, Brooks Lee, Arias, Crawford, Drew Jones. Rodney, I meant to ask you, are you still in here, bud? I was going to say, your paycheck and everything went through properly, right? I had to manually run payroll for your stuff because QuickBooks was giving me the business and didn't. We have Batty and Mayer. I meant to ask you earlier, but I'll probably forget again because I got so much shit rattling around in my head when I get to work in the morning. We have Rojas, Garcia, Wagner, Mesa, Mercedes, and Henry Davis. Okay, I just want to make sure. I was going to say, I know when it pulled me into the text, it only said that Tyler and Dylan were getting a paycheck, and I was like, well, that's not right. But I fixed it now. It's on auto, but before it wasn't on auto, and I was like, well, that's not how that's supposed to work. Dave, I also made sure your address is at least at the... I deleted everything out that was sitting in an address book. Okay, I was going to say... I knew the monetary figure was right when I sent it. I just know that last time when I had to do it with Dylan when he first started, that QuickBooks wasn't manually running the payroll properly either, so I had to, like, write him a check, like an e-check essentially, and just wire the money to him, basically. So that's all I was just making sure. We have Daniel Mateo for the Rangers. Oh, I was gonna say, Dave, I made sure that I deleted your address out of the address book. So when they do your shipping again, we're gonna have to re-put it back in. So I'll make sure it's the right address because I obviously didn't remember what your old address is. We're gonna have Brandon Maia on the Mojo 53 out of 150, or the Choice autograph. Nice hit here for the Yanks and James Horvath. Sorry about sending it to your other address. I deleted out the wrong Chapman. I went and looked and I deleted out Ben Chapman's information and not yours, so that's my fault. Then we have Luis Serna, 10 out of 25 on the Orange Wave, doubling up for Horvath. And that's going to be the HTA box. That's a nice HTA box. So far, it's been pretty good with the Chrome. Normally, the Chrome can give you the business, but it's been pretty good. Obviously, we'll take a little bit break on the Bowman breaks for museum collection and get some more Topps Chrome in, but I'll have some more Bowman breaks. I'm thinking about, I've seen that one of the distributors has some 2022 draft, which is Jackson Holiday. They only have the Asia boxes. They don't have hobby boxes. So I'm thinking about maybe ordering a case of Asian boxes. It's only one autograph, but it has like the exclusive Asian Mojo draft. Well, like I said in the beginning, museum is expensive. It's $425 a box, a 12-box case. So we'll run it as a case. I'll see how it feels. If it takes a little bit slower because of the prices being so high, I'll cut it down to half cases, and everybody will have an option for ×2 if it's the first half of the case, which will lower the price some. But it also means that, like, there's normally like case hits in museum collection. It also means that you could be in a half case that doesn't have the cases, or that doesn't have the case hit in it. Typically, I don't know if they're going to keep it the same. Also, obviously, Bowman Chromes are going to be out in probably September or whatever. I'm going to need you guys that are Bowman fans or whatever else. Make sure you add all your Bowman buddies to the group whenever Chrome comes out so we can actually rip Chrome very quick. Honestly, at where the Orioles are at price-wise, with some Jackson Holiday stuff and some other things, I think there's going to be some people that just balk at the price. Because, I mean, the Reds checklist is nasty, and they're going to be pretty expensive, too. And it's kind of... I based everything, kind of looked around the market. I had an idea of... I made a price list, and I looked around the market to see where everybody else is at, and put my price at the lower end of the market. Was pretty much how I priced everything out. We had Noelvi Marte, Amador. In my market, I use like Break Comp, and I went on Fanatics Live. I went on, I didn't go on Whatnot because the prices are kind of hard to find sometimes, but I went on Fanatics Live with all the breakers that have stuff pre-filling on there. We have Taylor, Horvath, Landeta, Ramirez, Guanapa, as well as use Break Comp if you're familiar with it or not. I try to give him my, information, but because I don't put it in city alphabetical order, he doesn't take it, so whatever. We have Max Clark, Aiden Miller, Mayer. I mean, he gets no money from me, so I understand why he doesn't want to put his time into it either, but I don't care to be compared to other people price-wise. We have Hook, Vargas, Adams, because I already know where my prices hold up. I don't need to look cool and be like, look, man, I'm in the top 5 every time. Like, it is what it is. We have Porter, Kevin Sim. It's good for what it is, but, man. Okay, this is one right here. Travis Sakura for the Nationals. Austin, if you want me to, I can try to hit this guy up. I know he was collecting his own cards. I've seen a post on it, I think, on Twitter and maybe on Facebook, too. I know he's been trying to buy his first Bowman, so I can try to reach out to him on Twitter. Travis Sakura right here. 12 out of 50 on the Gold Wave. I don't know if you'll have any interest. I just know that I've seen on a Twitter that he had his first card and met with a fan or something like that. We have Zavala. Don't know. I'm pretty sure it was him. I don't think there's any other Sakuras. We have Benitez, Velasquez, Boevi, Kendall George, DePaula. I mean, there's Peter Sakura, who's a great winger in the NHL, but I don't think that's that guy. We have De La Cruz and PCA. Have Solometo. Have Ramirez, Skull, Heredia, Emerson, Jackson Holiday. We're going to have Felix Morabel That's going to go to the Angels and Billy on the first. Have Anthony Skull. This is the guy that was traded for Tanner Scott. He is a top 100 prospect. I never was a fan of what his prospect profile says. They pretty much anybody they start comparing to Randy Johnson every time just ends up being terrible. It's like a Randy Johnson curse. So he's a big lefty. I think he's like 6'5", but he was the big trade piece for the Tanner Scott, as they pretty much were trying to trade their elite left-handed reliever for what potentially could be an elite left-handed starter. We have Glad, Bradfield Jr., Farmelo, Zanatello, Acuna. Also, I didn't realize that Jazz Chisholm Jr. was going to turn the frickin' MVP caliber guy. We got Jackson Holiday, speaking of the call-up, 130 out of 150 on a true blue. I didn't expect him to... No, they didn't compare Skeens to Randy Johnson. Skeens' comparison has always been Jacob deGrom or Strasburg. We have Wood, Shaw, Rushing, this doesn't say anything either because both those guys' arms fall apart every year, right? We have Vanderhey. We have Santana, Valencia, Ruiz. Yo, I'm telling you right now, we need to gather up all the Jazz shit in the shop and start selling. Fucking like a penny stock guy in the Wolf on Wall Street. Sell, 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 sell. We have Xavier Isaac. And we have Luis Baez. Nice autograph for the Astros and David Chapman. See a few hobby guys try to hide the fact that Luis Baez has really good numbers, which means he's probably he's at least on some guys' radars when I'm trying to get in the hobby, which is always good. What ends up being good, or not is we'll see. We have Jordan Lawler. We have Drew Thorpe. We're gonna have Nimala, Skeens, Elkins, Pratt, and Rios. Henry Davis, Dylan Cruz, Maeda. We have Rodriguez, Suro. Rucker, Deturi, Jung. Man, I don't even want to know how much update's going to be. We're going to have Drew Jones. Head, especially with Paul Skeens headlining it. Wolkow. Jacob Wilson, Tejada, Basalo, Ahuna. I just hope there's some other guys in there that we're not talking about. Well, they have all the debut patches, too. I think update's going to be filthy this year, man. Skeens headlining, and then you have all the guys' debut patches in there. The Wyatt Langfords, Jackson Holiday, Ellie. Bro, that... No, I mean headline isn't his base rookie card's gonna be in Chrome Update. I mean it's gonna be in regular update, but it's gonna be in Chrome Update too. Like we have Jackson Holiday, Shianu, Lazaro Montez. Like he's gonna be the number one chase in update. Minus the debut patches, but man, I don't even want to know what the Ellie debut patch is gonna have to have a bounty on it, I'm sure. Nolan Ryan was dog shit when he was a rookie. He wasn't even a starter. He was a bullpen fucking guy. And the dudes was wild as fuck. We have Huso, Salas, Garcia, Crawford. Don't you wish that negative juju on fucking Paul Skeens? Nolan Ryan. We have Herman Ramirez. We all, guys like Nolan Ryan and Nolan Ryan and Pete Rose were not even, like, they're like folklore heroes. They wouldn't even be where they're at if it was social media. You mean the shadow boxes for Wilson? The shadow boxes out of Chrome? No, I haven't seen one. We have Ortiz, Lasco, Aiden Miller, Burrows, Brandenburg. We have Jackson Churio, Roman Anthony, Aiden Miller. Luis Baez, Walker Jenkins, Max Clark, Morabel, and Emmanuel Bonilla. Also, Rodney, I talked to the Humongous Horde guy. I said, hey, man, I need a case of sleeves. I was like, I know you have cases there because they're running low till September because they get all their stuff from, like, China or some shit. And I was like, I need to get it because that's why I asked you guys about one touches. I was like, yo, I need to get, like, each size of one touches. They don't have 55.1 touches. Or, no, they don't have 35.1 touches. So I was like, oh, all right, that's fine. I'll just get, like, every other size, and I'll order the 35.1 touches from Card Shells. Well, you said shadow box. Oh, you said show boxes. My bad. I thought you said shadow boxes. I apologize. I was like, well, I mean, they have shadow boxes in the military, but they mean something completely different than what you're talking about. No, I haven't seen the shoe boxes. I mean, worst case scenario, we can just use the card shell sleeves. It's not the end of the world. Either way, I talked to him and I was like, yo, I need one touches. He gave me the order, and the order was all top loaders. And I was like, I need one touches, not top loaders. So I gotta wait for him to send me the order again. So he probably won't have any till we have Senga, Correa, we have Carter Young on the blue. You guys shouldn't really had to have used that many sleeves for it. It was only like 2 rows of sleeve stuff. So maybe you guys sleeved too many things. If you did, it's not a big deal. I'm not worried about it. Speaking of sleeves, I don't know what's going on with this sleeve, but he is stuck. The sleeve is literally fucking... I don't know if you guys can see that. The sleeve is sealed here somehow. It's like... No, I mean, this is going to take sleeves too, because it's... like, all the firsts have to be top-loaded. Carter Young for the Orioles. We have Jet Williams. Would you guys... I appreciate all the sorting you guys do, but you guys sort shit so slow, man. We have Iconic. Cartaya. I'm gonna have to go in there and teach y'all how y'all do the robot arm like I do and fucking get it going. Valdez, Acevedo, McLean, Bobby Miller, Corbin Carroll. We have Gallant, Diaz, Josh Jung, Joey Weimer. We have Brett Wisely. I know Dylan does it pretty quick. I think... I'm just giving you guys shit. It takes practice. I don't like anything that takes practice. He said thank you. Brett Wisely. We got Jace Jung, Shim, Rodriguez, Juan Soto. We have Nathan. Jonathan Aranda. That's going to be for the Rays. 495 out of 499. Going to Mexico. I have Churio Espinoza, Chisholm Jr., Stanton, Pages, Zavala, and Arata. So the place I looked at today, I didn't get to look at the inside. There was a Napa. There's a Napa Auto Parts over in Linthicum that moved. And it's like this huge ass building. And I talked to Chris today, and she said that Mogies is gonna see if he can buy it. If not, I'm gonna go. So like I said, I'm gonna go see if I can buy it. If the guy gives him some bullshit. We have Brian Riccio, Steer. We're gonna have Tamar Johnson, Bergala, Acuna, Terang, BB, J Rod. It's not my true idea of it's over. You know in Linthicum, you know how there's that 5-way stop in Linthicum and there's a Checkers right there. I mean, you guys are from the area, so you might know exactly what I'm talking about. Well, that's because look. I'm going to need to get y'all, like, gym memberships, and we're going to all go to the gym together and all lose weight. I was gonna say we have Cobb. I need y'all to be working into your 40s. All right. I was gonna say. I mean, assuming you guys are still here and we like grow exponentially or whatever else. But regardless, Gavin Cross, Harper, Gorman. I might start make you guys all go to community college too. Start getting you guys degrees. Don't just fucking got. I'm gonna have 2 out of 499 on the Masataka Yoshida. Yoshida's been pretty good when he came back. I was gonna say he was hurt. He's been pretty good since he's been back. We have Sanchez, Esteris, Grisham, Corbin Carroll. We got Andy Perez for the Rockies on the Speckle. 4 out of 299. Yeah, bro, lay off the Taco Bell, bud. I mean, we'll probably have to start y'all out at Planet Fitness. I don't think I can bring you 3 to the fucking gold. Maybe Tyler, but I bet you Tyler got some like. He got some strength. I was gonna say 4 out of 299. You other 2, I'm not sure. I was gonna say Tyler looks like he's one of them dudes that's just kind of scary, stocky, or yeah, like he's one of them dudes that might go in the gym and just throw around like 225 pounds on the bench press without doing anything. So we have Blaze Jordan. I don't know if I can bring y'all in gold. So hey Delgado, Tovar, y'all might ruin my street cred. We have Peraza, Tamar. Actually, I haven't been in there forever. He said Gold's Gym and Meat. Yeah, were they mad when you left? We got 14 out of 199 on the Pink Shimmer. I used to go to the gym like 6 times a week, but I started this shit, and then I had some kids, and Blythe, Jason Dominguez, Drew Waters. I'm actually going to go after I'm done breaking tonight. Baez, Kierstad, De Los Santos, and Arias. We'll take you to the other golds. We'll take you to the golds and Marley, Dylan, so I don't know who you are. That's going to be the Bowman Chrome. Get into the choice box from Bowman 2024. The problem with LA Fitness is them motherfuckers close at like 6 o'clock on the weekend. I'll tell you what though, the LA Fitness in Pasadena, are you talking about the one in Marley Station? This man said the Dundalk one, man. The Dundalk one's a piece of shit. We're going to have Eric Bautista for the Rockies. Yeah, Mike's that Dundalk. Mike, you from Dundalk? Eric Bautista for the Rockies. We're going to have Robert Calaz, 33 out of 150 for the Rockies on the choice, going to Alejandro. My man said before he met his wife, he used to be just cruising around the Dundalk bar scene. We got Matt Shaw for the Cubbies, and that's going to go to Rob in his first. Well, Rob's been in breaks before, but came back recently on a break here on the Matt Shaw. That's going to be all the Bowman. Let's get into these national packs. Everybody hyped them up. I haven't even opened one. So it looks like we're going to maybe start out with some numbered stuff. I am not sure. So we have Colin Hoke. And we're going to have Jacob Wilson. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on the refractor, and Yordan Alvarez on the refractor. We're going to get something numbered. I seen it. Oh, we'll sleeve all the national cards. Why not? Something good. Who got the Orioles? Say, Mike, you might as well just start messaging Ruben right now. We got George Lombard. We're going to have Samuel Basallo for the Orioles on the 1 out of 5. Or David. I know David's looking for some Samuel Basallo stuff. 1 out of 5 for the O's going to Ruben Valdez. And we're going to have Jose Ramirez and PCA going to the Cubs. but I know Dylan, you were asking about the design, and I was trying to. I didn't know how to explain it to you. Like, and I couldn't find any. I couldn't find where people were dropping the superfractor pictures and whatnot to let you know. But I guess that's that. That is the break. Let's do a quick recap of the hits. 1 out of 5 on the Basalo, though, especially because he doesn't have any. He has parallels only in 2024 Bowman. We have PCA on the rookie card. We have Tamar Johnson on the pink shimmer. Yoshida on the refractor. Aranda on the Mexico refractor. Young on the true blue. Ramirez on the aqua. Langford on the sky blue paper. Isaac on the lava. We have Jackson Holiday on the true blue. Skull on the green lunar. Aaron Amo on the true blue. Blaze Jordan on the yellow. We have Lawler on the fuchsia. De La Cruz on the lunar. Jackson Holiday on the purple paper. Riley Green on the spotlight. I don't know if that's the right Ruben, dude. I think he might have just tagged some random. This man just tagged some random Ruben. That's not the right guy. I was gonna say Ruben. I'll put you guys in a group together. We have Nolan Gorman on the true purple paper, or on the purple paper. We have Roman Anthony on the refractor and Angel Cepeda on the shoe. Well, thanks. Maybe he'll join the group, Mike. Way to advertise for it. This man. I'll say we will run the Leaf right after this too. Just for anybody that's in the Leaf break. We have Andy Perez on the speckle. We have Wisely on the base. We have Daniel Mateo on the base. Mejia on the gold atomic Invicta. We have Matt Shaw on the base. Eric Batiste on the base. We're going to have the spotlight. Adley Rutschman Kalaz on the choice. We're going to have Clark Elliott on the base. Piaka Greco on the base. We have Serna on the orange wave. Baez on the base. Specht on the atomic. Sakura on the gold shimmer. We have Maia on the choice autograph, choice mojo, and then we have Morabel on the base, Arias on the green out of 99, and Samuel Basalo on the 1 out of 5. I'm back-to-back national champions with the United States Air Force Academy. And then my quarterback left, and it was a rough start. I mean, I won both games, but it was tough. My quarterback won 3 straight Heismans. Playing that shit on Heisman, though, is fucking ridiculous. Especially if you don't have a good offensive line, bro. It's like everything's hot routes. Hot routes and get a one-on-one and hope you can just blow the top off the top of the coverage. Anyways, guys, I will see you guys in a second for the Leaf Electric. I'm going to try to run it as quickly as possible here right after this. So give me like 5 minutes. I'm going to throw this stuff in a bin, and I will be live.